Roberto Durán is almost 75. In March 2024, the boxing world turned its attention to the Panamanian icon. Known as Hands of Stone, Durán faced perhaps his toughest opponent yet: a complete atrioventricular block in his heart. At 72 years old, the man who conquered 4 weight divisions was hospitalized in Panama City. Doctors worked quickly to restore the disrupted electrical signals between his heart's upper and lower chambers. This condition happens when the electrical pathway between the heart's atria and ventricles stops working properly. For someone whose life was defined by his physical power, it was a stark reminder of human fragility. Symptoms can range from dizziness and fainting to chest pain and shortness of breath. For serious cases like Durán's, doctors often recommend a pacemaker. The news of Durán's hospitalization spread quickly through the boxing community and beyond. Fans held their breath, concerned about the health of one of boxing's greatest warriors. Social media filled with messages of support, prayers, and well wishes from around the globe. This outpouring demonstrated how much Durán meant to so many people across different generations and cultures. Medical professionals assessed Durán's condition carefully. The third-degree atrioventricular block he suffered represented a complete cessation of communication between the atria and ventricles of his heart. This serious condition requires prompt medical attention, as it can lead to dangerous drops in heart rate and cardiac output. For a man who had spent his life pushing his body to its limits, this presented a significant challenge. Durán needed immediate medical intervention. He underwent surgery to implant a pacemaker, a small device that would now help regulate the heartbeat of a man whose heart had shown nothing but courage throughout his legendary career. The procedure was successful. Following the operation, true to his fighting spirit, Durán shared positive updates with his fans. He expressed gratitude for their support and assured everyone he was home, calm, and feeling well. His recovery demonstrated the same determination that characterized his boxing career. Though the pacemaker would now assist his physical heart, the metaphorical heart that made him a champion remained as strong as ever. The medical team was impressed with his resilience and positive attitude throughout the ordeal. This recent health challenge is just the latest chapter in the remarkable story of a man whose life has been defined by resilience, both inside and outside the boxing ring. The outpouring of support from fans worldwide showed how deeply Durán had connected with people through his career. His ability to face this health crisis with dignity and strength reminded everyone why he had been such an inspiring figure throughout his life. Born on June 16, 1951, Roberto Durán's journey began in Panama. Though sources differ on his exact birthplace, some citing Guararé and others El Chorrillo in Panama City, most believe he was born in Guararé but spent his formative years in the bustling streets of El Chorrillo. His mother, Clara Samaniego, was a native of Guararé, while his father, Margarito Durán, was an American of Mexican heritage stationed in Panama with the U.S. Army. Life wasn't easy for young Roberto. Growing up in Panama's tough neighborhoods, he learned early that survival required strength and determination. These qualities would later define his boxing style. Durán's introduction to boxing came at a young age, and he turned professional on February 23, 1968, when he was just 16 years old. This marked the beginning of an extraordinary path that would take him from the humble streets of Panama to the pinnacle of boxing glory. His aggressive, relentless fighting style quickly earned him the nickname Manos de Piedra, or Hands of Stone, a testament to his exceptional punching power and unwavering toughness. The moniker resonated deeply, especially considering his birthplace was even referred to as La Casa de Piedra, the House of Stone. Opponents feared facing Durán in the ring, knowing they would encounter a fighter who never backed down. Durán's dominance began in the lightweight division, where he captured his first world championship and reigned supreme through much of the 1970s. His technical skill combined with raw power made him nearly unbeatable at 135 pounds. But his ambition wouldn't be contained by a single weight class. Over a career spanning an incredible 4 decades, from 1968 to 2001, he claimed world titles in the welterweight, light middleweight, and middleweight categories as well. One of his most notable victories came on his 32nd birthday, June 16, 1983, at Madison Square Garden, where he defeated Davey Moore to claim the W. Their first encounter, dubbed the Brawl in Montreal, took place on June 20, 1980, with Leonard defending his WBC welterweight championship. In a surprising tactical decision, Leonard chose to engage Durán in a toe-to-toe battle, playing into the Panamanian's strengths. Durán emerged victorious by unanimous decision, though the judges' scorecards reflected how close the fight truly was. Their rematch 5 months later would become one of boxing's most infamous moments. Known as the No Mas fight, the November 25, 1980 bout in New Orleans ended controversially when Durán suddenly turned his back to Leonard and quit in the 8th round. While reports suggested he said, "No mas, no more," Durán has consistently denied saying those exact words, claiming he mumbled, "No sigo," I'm not carrying on, and attributing his withdrawal to stomach cramps. Leonard maintained that he forced Durán to quit through humiliation and frustration, having employed a different strategy in the rematch. The incident had a significant negative impact on Durán's reputation, especially in his native Panama, where he had been a national hero. Boxing fans were shocked to see the fierce warrior apparently surrender. However, in the true spirit of a champion, he refused to let this setback define him or end his career. His redemption came when he returned to the ring and, on his 32nd birthday, defeated 1989. Leonard won this final encounter by unanimous decision, but by then both men had cemented their places in boxing history. Durán's longevity in the sport was truly remarkable, as he remained an active professional boxer until 2001, competing and winning titles across 5 different decades. Few athletes in any sport can claim such sustained excellence. He finally retired following injuries sustained in a car accident in Argentina in 2001, but his connection to boxing remained strong. After hanging up his gloves, Durán stayed involved in the sport as a promoter with DRL Promotions, nurturing new talent and maintaining his ties to the world he had dominated for so long. In recognition of his extraordinary contributions to boxing, he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2007, a well-deserved honour for one of the sport's greatest champions. His fame extended beyond the ring into popular culture, with appearances in films such as Harlem Nights, Rocky the Sound, and Hands of Stone, a biopic about his life starring Edgar Ramirez as Durán and Robert De Niro as his trainer, Ray Arcel. These appearances introduced Durán to new generations who hadn't witnessed his fighting prime. The recent health scare served as a reminder of Durán's enduring impact on the sport and its fans. The outpouring of support following news of his hospitalization highlighted the deep connection he forged with people across the globe. Boxers, celebrities, and ordinary fans alike sent messages of encouragement to the champion. From his humble beginnings in Panama to his reign as a 4-divisional champion, Roberto Durán's ferocious fighting style and indomitable spirit captivated audiences worldwide. The No Mas fight remains a complex chapter in his story, but his subsequent achievements and continued involvement in boxing have solidified his place as an undisputed champion. Even now, with a pacemaker regulating the rhythm of his legendary heart, Roberto Durán continues to inspire. His contributions to boxing are immeasurable, and his story of triumph, controversy, and enduring legacy continues to resonate with generations of fans and fighters alike. Like the heartbeat that now receives assistance from modern medicine, Roberto Durán's impact on boxing and its followers will continue steady and strong, a fitting tribute to the man they call Hands of Stone. Though his physical heart may need support, the heart he showed in the ring, the courage he displayed throughout his career, and the passion he brought to boxing remain as powerful as ever.